Is for solving systems of equation substitution. All right, so I thought maybe we can go through some of them. This is like directly from their quizzes there. So the soccer team is planning to sell health bars for a fundraiser. The prices of purchasing health bars from two different companies are represented by the system of equations shown below. X is the number of bars, Y is the total cost, right? And that's usually always the case. You always have one end of the equal sign is always going to be the total, and then you're going to have something else that makes up something. So in this case, it's the number of bars, right? The cost, and whatever else there is. So for the company A, we have, and I'm just going to write this over again, we have that they told us that for the first company, you have y is equal to 0.75x. And for the second company, we have y is equal to 10 plus 0.50x. All right, the question is then, how many bars? Okay, now I'm going to pause there because you have to think, what letter is that? How many bars? If you go back, x is the number of bars, so you're solving for x. All right, would the team need to purchase from each company in order for the total cost to be equal? All right, everything is in the problem, so you have to read the question. Every word means something. How many? It means that we're solving for x. Okay, so we're solving for x. Would the team need to purchase, so we're buying them, right, from each company, that's A and B, in order for the total cost? What represented the total cost? Y is the total cost. For them to be equal, what do you normally associate with the word equal? Equal sign. So in this case, we have company A, right? I'm just going to write this here, company A, and we have company B. And if something is equal, we're talking about taking, look, y is equal to this. Now, if I wrote y equals 4, what would you do with the 4 for all the y's? You would probably just substitute them in, as you should. So it's the same thing here. Y is equal to all of this. I know it's not a pretty thing to look at, but y is equal to all of that. Then you can take this and you can substitute in the second equation. So you're going to take something from the first equation, in this case it's what y is equal to, and you're going to substitute it in the second equation. So because y is equal to this in the second equation, I don't just put it anywhere, you put it where the y is. So this becomes 0.75 x is equal to 10 plus 0.50x. Okay, and then from here you can solve this normally. So you can either bring this on over, or you can bring the 0.5 over. Since all the variables have to be by themselves, it's better to bring the 0.5x over. Right, this then becomes 0.25x is equal to 10. And if you try to get x by itself by dividing both sides, you'll get that x is equal to, and you can put this in a calculator, this should be 40. All right, so in the question it says how many bars? 40 bars. All right, okay, so let's move on to just a couple more of them actually. All right, so the table represents two linear functions of a system. Now remember from my class, whenever you think of the word linear, I'm thinking in my head y equals mx plus b. Okay, now they definitely don't give us anything like that, but you know what, that's okay, because we have kind of like what we need. Okay, we can create a linear equation. So how do you get from -4 to -2, right? So think of it actually as slope. Okay, just choose any 2 points. Let's choose this point and let's choose this point right there, right? X comma y. So let's choose -2 comma 18 and 0 comma 10. Now remember, the first thing we gotta do is find slope. Slope was m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have y2, these are our x's, y1, x2, y2. So if you put it in, 10 minus 18 over x2 minus that, so 0 minus -2. This then becomes -8 over +2, right? Negative, and it's just, you get that m. I should write this here. I'm all over the place. m is equal to -4. Okay, using that, you can replace it here. So y equals mx plus b. You can replace the m here and keep everything else the same. Then to find b, all right, now there are easier ways to do these questions like this, okay? I'm just going back to what we already know. To find b, you have to find values for x and y, which you can easily find right here. So let's just choose any of them. Let's just choose 2, 2. So 2, okay, that's the y. Let's use 2, 2, that's what we're using. Equals -4 times 2 plus b. 2 is equal to -8 plus b. When you add 8 to both sides, you get that b is equal to 10. Oops, okay. So our equation is y equals m, which is -4, x plus b. That's the first one. Same exact thing for the second one. Now, for the second one, I'm going to be a little bit more different. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm actually going to show you the easier way to do this. All right, so here's y equals mx plus b. And even though I just wrote it right there. In the first one, you see how our b value is 10? Okay, that's right here. It's always where x is equal to 0. That's your y-intercept. Okay, so the same thing for this one, right? Look to see where your x is 0, your y-intercept then would be 2. To find a slope, think about, and again, I'm without doing the formula, I'm going to do a little bit differently. All right, how do you get from 0 to 2, right? Now remember, it's y2 minus whatever, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So on the bottom, though, there's a difference of 2. And to get from 10 to 2, we have to go down 8. So that's how we got -4, and that's our slope. Same exact thing here, right? So I'm going to erase this, and we're going to say to ourselves, how do you get from 0 to 2? Okay, we went up 2. The y is always going top, though. And to get from 2 to -4, we had to go down 6. So giving us a slope of -3. Then it says, what is the solution to the system? A solution implies when they both intersect across. So we can take both of these guys and set them equal to each other. Okay, so we have -3x plus 2 is equal to -4x plus 10, and just solve this normally. But you can, let's add 4x here. I like having everything on the left-hand side. X plus 2 equals 10. If you subtract both sides by 2, you get 8. Okay, then you can substitute this. So you can substitute this into any of the equations. So y is equal to -4x plus 10. Y is equal to -4 times 8. Is that what it is? Plus 10. And so then, let me just make sure everything is right so far. Okay, cool. So y is equal to -32 plus 10. Y is equal to -22. So the answer to this then would then be 8, 22. That's going to be what our solution is going to be. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pause here and make a whole new thing.